If you read the transcript, I think it's dead even. If you heard it on radio, Biden won. If you watched it on television, he lost. In the transcript, if you just look at the raw arguments, I think it was even because each side had points to make. It made them, I think, on balance, not one side was stronger than the other. If you heard it on radio, what you heard was Biden being aggressive, forceful. He was sort of on the attack all the time, and he pushed the argument his way. He did a lot of interrupting as well. And Ryan reacted with, I thought, excessive deference, allowing himself to be cut off and often just ending with a point that you might understand. For instance, when he talked about the Catholic bishops, he made a point after Biden had said, oh, the bishops of the Catholic Church is not going to be compelled to do anything under Obamacare. Ryan said, well, then why is it that the bishops are suing the administration? But that was almost an aside, and it was lost, and then it was overridden by the next question. But if you put them all together and you end up with television, where you saw the demeanor that the vice president had in regard to Ryan, I think that undid the advantage in rhetoric that he had in carrying the debate. It was so disrespectful. I agree with Chris Wallace. It was sort of almost unprecedented and hugely condescending. I think that undid the force of his arguments. And I think in the end, if it's television, you lose.
Charles, do you think this debate tonight moved the needle at all?
I don't. And the reason is that whether you decide that the vice president won or lost, people don't end up in the booth voting for number two. So if you liked one, he was likable, the other wasn't. I don't think it has any effect whatsoever on the vote. The question is, will it affect the debates that are coming up? That's the real heavyweight stuff between Obama and Romney. And I think the objective, perhaps the one advantage that Biden laid down, is that in the actual arguments, he made the points that had been left out of the first debate. What he was trying to do is to set the premises for the upcoming debates by filling in the blanks, by answering the charges Romney had made and Obama had left unanswered, the 47%, repeating the $5 trillion of debt. True or untrue, it was reinforcing the Democratic arguments, which had been completely undermined in the first debate, and as a result, Obama has been sinking in the polls. So I think he might have staunched the bleeding to some extent on the substance that Romney had attacked Obama on, and now it's all up to the heavyweights in the last two rounds of the fight.